Welcome to the yellowest video on YouTube. Today we're doing something very, very special. If you edit on Final Cut Pro, your life is about to get way easier, faster, more enjoyable, to be honest. Also, you're about to create the most beautiful videos you've ever created. I'm super proud to present Badass FX4. This is the best visual effects pack I've ever created. As always, we have a paid pack and a free pack. What should we start with? What you're getting for free this time around is this incredible Swish effects that blends with your footage. In Badass FX1, the first pack, you've gotten from me this slide effects. What they do is they basically replicate your own footage and blur it out. This effect is great, but I found a way to make it even better. Introducing the Badass Swish. It has built-in camera pans that blends with your footage to make that slide effect way more organic and cinematic. In the free version, you're getting 2 different swish effects with 3 camera pans built in each one. In the full version, you're getting 17 different camera pans inside of 6 different effects. All directions and all lengths. So that's badass. You have one more free effect in this video, but for now, let's move to the good stuff. Sometimes your footage just needs a boost. It needs to turn into something else. It needs to be separated from the rest of your footage. Or it just needs to look cool. This is where Badass Art comes in. I've designed it to be fun and easy to use because I wanted you to focus on creating and not spending a lot of time looking at the settings. So you can drop the effect, have some fun, and move on. Badass Kaleidoscope. This effect is designed for creating style. It's the best way to add soft, magical touch to your videos. Some footage almost needs this effect. By the way, this effect is sold as a physical product. You can buy it in Amazon. But the thing with physical products is that whatever the effect lens did to your footage will be burned into it without you being able to change anything later. It's a what you see is what you get kind of a thing. In this Badass Kaleidoscope effect, you get to change the amount of reflections, what is reflected, the spread, the prism, the blur, the center point, and this rainbow reflections. This effect gives you maximum freedom to give your footage exactly what it needs. Next. I actually can't believe I'm about to present this next effect. This effect was not born from a creative spark. It was born from more of a frustrated place. Sometimes I like to use this effect. You can see this effect in many movies and in music videos. It's cool, stylistic, and simple. In most video editing softwares, this is the easiest thing to do in the world. But for some reason in Final Cut Pro, it's incredibly frustrating. If you want to do this effect, here are your options. You can use crop. Crop the first image, then crop the second one. Oops, that's the wrong part of the image. I'm just gonna change that. Move it to the right place and keyframe them both. But if you want to change something, like the location of the crop, well then you'll have to keyframe them both again. Also, I can't change what's inside of the crop. There's no way to move the image like that, like it moves in the Badass split. Plus, it's a straight line that you can't change. I personally don't like straight lines. I want my line diagonal. Your second option is the mask. You draw the shape of the mask that you want, but since we don't want that, we want a nice black line in between, we will need to mask this layer as well. And voila, right? Not really, because if you want to change something, that's even more of a nightmare. Now you have to keyframe both masks, and you run into the same problem. You can't change what's inside of the mask. This is so impractical that it makes me want to never use it. So this is why I am relieved to introduce Badass Split. Look how easy it is. It gives you full control of where you want the image, when you want the split to start, when it finishes. And since I know sometimes this can happen, I got your back with this mirror effect. And here's the amazing thing about the split effect. You can change it in any point to any direction. You can use it as a transition even. That's badass. So yeah, that's one problem that we definitely needed solved. Next. Badass Haze. This effect will make your footage look like a dream. Instantly. This effect is so good at making everything feel soft, dreamy, and surreal. We actually have two different kinds of haze effects. One is all over the image except where you don't want it to be. And the haze clouds adds this beautiful smoky effect. If you need something to look like a dream without being too cheesy or cheap, that's your effect. Next. It's just such a cool way to show your content. I think it's especially cool with still photos and when showing any information. You can also use this effect as a cool transition between photos. This is so cool. I love this effect. Next. Badass Light Reverb. This is another one of those effects that you can buy as a physical product, and a lot of people do. This effect is super common in movies and in music videos. But unlike the physical product, in our effect you get to choose the length of the light rays, the angle, the color, and where it's not applied. This effect is pure cinematic gorgeousness. Next. Badass Star. This effect turns lights into stars. This is for those special situations where you want the lights in your footage to have a bigger emotional impact on your audience. When you want your footage to be a bit more magical without being cheesy. This effect is spectacular. Next. This is one of those problem solver effects. Crop with round borders. We've seen it everywhere. It's beautiful, it's stylish, and it's way nicer than not having round borders. And you're probably thinking, can't I already do this effect with the mask in Final Cut Pro? Yes, you can. But you'll encounter the same problem we had earlier. You can't move what's inside of the mask. This is how easy it is to do those things with Badass Border. You must be looking at this and going, this is all cool with the border, but what is this cool bouncing thing that happens with the pictures? Oh well, that's Badass Move and Bounce. Move is for those situations when you need to move something beautifully without spending a long time keyframing. bounce is made to bounce things. Those two have made my life so much easier. This is the Badass glass. This effect is designed to create the feeling that you're filming through a glass. You want to use it in situations where you need to add some emotion and motion to the footage. I've actually created 5 different glass effects. You're getting one of them for free. As always, there are surprise effects that I didn't even mention in this pack. This is definitely, no doubt, a must-have pack. By the way, as some of you know, I have a mega pack. That's a pack that includes all my effects pack ever. I've updated the mega pack to include this pack as well. It will be cheaper for you if you buy the mega pack than if you buy each pack separately. Alright, I think that's it. Have a glorious day.